All right. Hi, everyone. So I'm doing this on Sunday, partly because I've just been not getting a lot of sleep lately, just worried about the AP exam and whether or not we've got everything kind of taken care of. So decided to do a video where I'm going to go through some of the exam material and that we like have for you to kind of prep yourself for before Wednesday and just general like kind of last bits of thought, advice and thoughts. So one thing I wanted to remind everybody is that we this time on but this time Wednesday, well, depending on when you're watching this, but Thursday, let's say Thursday. But this time Thursday, this exam will be behind us. We've spent all year talking about it, and it's become much more of an anxiety-inducing thing now that it's been learning from home. Well, it's done. We're almost done. And so I think that that's something to kind of be thoughtful and happy about. It's just knowing that this is behind us. The second thing is I don't know. Anyway, I'll get to that part later. Okay, so let's go over some of the materials that I've thrown into our AP exam smorgasbord. So this is everything that I can think of that might be useful to some of you. I guarantee you guys there's going to be stuff in here that you already know, and you don't need this material. But I thought I'd throw everything at you, and you could maybe combine some of them into one perfect document for yourself, or you can kind of get rid of some of the fat that you don't really need in this. Anyway, let me show you what we got. So in this first one up here, I wanted to show you that the rhetorical analysis essays. These are all of the essays that we've done that were rhetorical analysis options, and they come with the examples, like student written essays and the rationales behind their scoring. So I did all of the ones that we've been doing in the last since distant learning, and I tried to go back as far as I could find them for any of the rhetorical analysis ones that I know that everybody's done. So I think that regardless, everyone should have at least 4 or 5 essays in here that they can go through and look at, like student writing. You guys can go back and look at actual AP scoring rationales behind why some of those scores got what they did. You kind of have to like translate the old AP score to the new score, but for the most part, you kind of see what is the successful addition to this essay and what kind of ended up hurting them. Okay, so that's this. I thought this would be kind of useful for some of you guys. Remember, we did all these with our peer editing days after our timed writes, where we like sit down and look at a bunch of writings. This is just a whole boatload of them. Okay, so then I have AP College info, and this is only stuff specifically from College Board. So this is like the exam day checklist. What do you need to have ready to go for your for the day of the exam? Oh, I don't want this to open up because my computer's slow. Oh, that was fast. So you guys are going really pay attention to this. I'll go over this in a little bit, but this is something that I haven't really talked a lot about, and I'm hoping you guys saw. But it really is kind of a make or break thing on how your essay is scored and whether or not they'll accept it. So I'll go over that in a minute. And then here is the AP College. Oh man, it's gonna take me to a new page. Anyway, I passed this guys out to you guys. I think right when we came back from spring break. It's kind of a PowerPoint presentation in PDF form about what to know going into the exam and how to kind of deal with the College Board website. So then I wanted to show you rhetorical analysis material, and this is all stuff related to rhetorical analysis. This is our introductory slides, the PowerPoint presentation that we gave like in the first month of school. Here's that soapstone graphic organizer. I think it's real. I think the big fear or the big problem that everyone has is that when they get one of those rhetorical analysis texts, they look at it and they go, I don't even know what to write about or what's important. And I feel like the soapstone really does kind of just focus your analysis on, okay, what do I know? What is happening here? And also it handcuffs you to talking about the speaker's context, the situation, where I think that can get kind of lost when you're only focusing on, what rhetorical techniques is this author using? What rhetorical techniques is this author employing to get this audience to be on their side? And it's so easy to forget about the context of it, and that the situation behind it is all you're kind of looking at. You're not looking at a rhetorical text in a universal scope. You're looking at Clare Boothe Luce in this exact moment. What is brilliant about what she's doing in this situation? So kind of I think the soapstone is just a really good way to kind of focus your opinion, focus your analysis on what is happening in that particular context and situation. So then, death of ethos, pathos, and logos. Instead of ethos, say this. Instead of pathos, say this. Which I know a lot of you guys are frustrated with or don't like, but it's because when you use ethos, pathos, logos, you're kind of name dropping a vocabulary term instead of actually discussing the effect of it. So when we're talking about ethos, we're talking about how are they building up their credibility. So this gives you some brilliant sentence starters for you guys to kind of really hold yourself accountable to not just saying he establishes ethos here by doing this, but instead by going into a really kind of more thoughtful analysis of how is this credibility important to his or this author's specific situation and to this audience. And then finally, this was my most recent attempt at a rhetorical analysis, one-stop shop. It is not perfect, but I feel like it's a good thing to have open next to you. Okay, so that kind of takes us through the resources. I want to get you guys kind of into just a couple of basic little tips. So if you guys are going to be doing this on your computer, I cannot recommend enough splitting your screen in half, having one section be the text and the other section be your writing, what you're going to write. So if you guys look here, I'm going to open up this window. I'm going to pull it over to the right. I'm going to get that guy till about halfway. I'm looking to make sure that this ends right next to my camera. Perfect. Because then I'm going to do it with this one. Perfecto. And then you want to open up your Google Docs. You'd want to open up a Google Doc so that you can type in, like that's going to be actually the thing that you're going to be typing in. So I figure this will be kind of an easy way for you to go through text on this side and you're actually typing on this side. Hopefully you'll have like a Google document already open or Word open so that you can just immediately get into typing and setting up your analysis. Because remember, we've only got 45 minutes plus 5 minutes to upload, and it's tight. It is a tight time frame. Okay. Wow, that took forever. See, don't do that because I just wasted like 3 minutes of my time trying to open up Google Docs. Okay, so one thing that needs to happen across the board, if you are handwriting it or you're typing it, you need to do a couple of things. One, you need on every single piece of paper, if you are handwriting it, if you are typing it, on the top, on the bottom, somewhere on that piece of paper, you need to have your 8-digit APID and you need to have your initials. Okay, on every single page, your first page, your second page, your third page, your fourth page. If you are handwriting it, you need to add one more thing. You need to have 3 things on every single page. You need your AP ID, you need your initials, and you need the page number. Because remember, you're going to be submitting pictures of the handwritten material, and so in the process, it's going to get muddled. So you guys want to make sure that in the bottom right-hand corner of your page, you write page number 1, page number 2, page number 3. And then that'll set you up. If you are handwriting your essay, if you are typing it, kind of just put me in the background. But if you're handwriting your essay, a couple of things I want you to really be mindful of is the only formats that the College Board will accept is a JPEG or a PDF. And so JPEGs are fine. That's what your phone takes naturally. However, if you like airdrop it or you Bluetooth or you send it to your computer via Bluetooth, it changes the formatting. And so it takes away the JPEG and I think it turns it into, I don't know. So you need to make sure it's either in JPEG format or PDF format, which you can take time to email it to yourself and then move the documents over. But I'm always nervous about sending picture or emailing pictures to myself when there's a time crunch, specifically because when it takes a while. It's email is kind of one of those frustrating things that it either happens immediately or happens 6 minutes later. So I would recommend like either doing it directly on your phone so that you can just upload it to College Board on your phone and just you'll have the text on your phone. Or if you really need to go take the picture on your phone and then submit it to College Board on the computer, you need to take a picture of it and either email it to yourself or have it connected to your computer, and you can get them off the device that way. But practice this. Practice this before the day of, because I don't want you guys to try this out on Wednesday at 11:45 and realize, oh crap, this isn't working the way that I hoped it would. And then also, if you want to turn them into PDFs, there's a bunch of these little apps that I recommend. I think one is Tiny Scan and the other one is Cam Scanner. But I've got to say, Cam Scanner I signed up for, and then at one point they ask you to like go to a premium service, and it's like $4 a month, and it took me 6 months to figure out that I was getting charged this. So maybe not Cam Scanner. But anyway, so those are the ways that you are going to drop them on. So then also, if you are typing it on so if you're typing, come back. If you're typing your essay, you're going to copy and paste from either your Google Doc or your Word doc, and you're going to paste it into the text box on College Board. So regardless, I would recommend doing it on Google Doc or Word. I think Word's great just because it's got that little synonym finder for any word that you're like, I don't want to use that word again and again and again. You can kind of double click it and it'll give you a bunch of good little options for you to choose. I think that's it. I think that's all I've got to say. The day, sorry. So Monday and Tuesday, we're going to be doing writing conferences. Bring in a timed write. If you do one of the timed writes that are on here, great. If you have done another timed write, give it to me. Like, come in, sign up for one of those times on Google Classroom. Here, actually, I can show you where it is, because we live in the future now. So you go into the distance learning, and it's under the optional writing conferences. Sign up for a time slot. It's only going to be about 10 minutes, just so I can guarantee that I can get in touch with a lot of people. I had a handful of students, but every single one said it was really nice. And it's only 10 minutes. So it's quite a nice way to kind of feel good about what you've been writing and get some good, okay, when you are writing the exam, you got this and this and this done. You do this every single time. Do not worry about this. Here are the two things that you need to really focus on when it comes to on Wednesday. These are the things I want you to focus on. And conferences on Wednesday. I'll have a Zoom conference open, and I'm hoping you guys will jump on and just cry in front of me, and I can cry with you after the exam or celebrate or whatever. But I really was hoping to just kind of touch base with everyone on the Zoom conference call. Just, I don't know, I miss you guys so much. And it's really a gut punch to know that you guys are going into this day without me throwing a carby breakfast at you, an hour before the exam, like we normally would, or having a coffee shop in my classroom. I don't know, man. I just wish we were together for this. So please feel free to stop by for a debrief. Yeah, you guys, it's happening. Okay, I'm gonna stop saying I'm gonna end this video. I just miss you guys. If I don't get a chance to see you before Wednesday, good luck. You've got this. You guys know all of this well. Do not worry about if you don't know a certain vocabulary word. I think you've done yourself a favor if you've had a mind fart where you don't remember the vocabulary word, because every AP score has always said if they have the vocabulary word, they don't really go into depth of it. Whereas if you don't have the vocabulary word, all you have left to describe are the effects and the craft behind what you're trying to point your finger at in their writing style. So if you're worried about vocabulary, don't do that. You guys have timing down. You guys can write an essay in 45 minutes like nobody's business. For those of you guys who've been typing them, when you type them on the computer, they are so much better. Your organization is incredible. You can go back to the beginning of a body paragraph and add in that extra sentence that you wanted. You can go back to your thesis and realize that you kind of changed it, so you can change your thesis. You guys are just doing so well, and I'm really worried that your anxieties and your self-doubt is going to shoot you in the foot. You guys are incredible. So go in on Wednesday confident. Please do get online by 10:30. They need you online by 10:30 because there's some pre-AP stuff that they need to ask you guys and fill in and put your number here and make sure you do this, and it's all of that kind of annoying stuff. So really do not show up at 10:45 believing that because you're a technological whiz you'll be able to get through it in 15 minutes. Really give yourself that 30 minutes. Anxiety and stress is the enemy of you guys performing to your fullest, and you guys at your fullest are unstoppable. Okay, shut up, Kohler. Just shut up.